Alright, hello, and welcome back to the channel. I'm WildSparrow, and welcome to our WCW save. We're back on that daily upload grind for at least like a couple of days more. I can't promise that I'll keep this up. As we all know, I'm terrible at keeping my schedule up. But let's start the show nonetheless. I'm really digging what I have planned for this series, so let's get right into this. So as always, don't read too much into what's actually on the screen. I'll explain the segments as we go along. These are just basic guidelines, so the show is organized in a set way that I like. So what happened here is Nash opened Monday Nitro. He wanted to call out Kurt Hennig, but Sting came out and said, "You're not going to fool me. I know what you guys are up to. I know that the NWO is behind this, and I know that you are one of the guys behind NWO. So I don't believe it." Nash says he's not behind it, and if Sting has some pent-up anger or some issues he needs solving, then he's more than happy to settle it in the ring later tonight. So we'll get Kevin Nash versus Sting later tonight. Next up, Kurt Angle comes over to Dean Malenko's locker room and proposes that they form a tag team. This is, Kurt Angle says, a request or a suggestion by Ric Flair. Ric Flair apparently wants to see Dean Malenko and Kurt Angle teaming up. So we'll see how that goes. Dean Malenko and Kurt Angle team up. They get a submission victory over Johnny Swinger and Alex Wright with the Texas Cloverleaf. So a good start for that team. Next up, we have a segment where Dusty Rhodes, this says this, but again, don't mind that. Dusty Rhodes says that the United States Championship can't go around without a champion. So he has scheduled a best of 3 for the US title with 2 wrestlers who impressed him last week. And last week's result doesn't cross over to this week. So starting now, there's a best of 3. Whoever gets 2 falls first, or the best of the 3 series, wins the whole thing. It will culminate at Sold Out, so we'll have a match here, a match next week, then the week after that is the go home show. There's no match, there's a little bit of a break, and if needed, the third match will be at Sold Out. It'll be Chris Jericho versus Lex Luger. Great Muta has announced that he has gained a protege. Tajiri is now Great Muta's protege. Next up, in a rematch from last week's attack, Kenny Chaos takes on Kurt Hennig. But here we have Masahiro Chono came running down the aisle with a chair. They both beat down on Kenny Chaos. His partner Rick Steiner comes down to make the save, but Hennig and Chono get the better of them, and they stand tall over Rick Steiner and Kenny Chaos. Next up, we have Scott Steiner backstage cutting a promo. He says that Eddie Guerrero and him formed a one-time tag team. He doesn't need one of the featherweights to be great, and he wants to prove it and challenges Eddie for next week. This isn't very smart of him, to be honest, considering his biggest issue should be Rey Mysterio. But, you know, it is what it is. So next week we'll get Steiner versus Guerrero. We have the first match of the best of 3, Luger versus Jericho, and Jericho uses a low blow to pin Lex Luger. Then we have Bret Hart cutting a promo backstage, basically telling people, don't think that I've forgotten who I am. I'm the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. And it'll be damned if it'll be swept under the rug for another rehash, another reboot of the same old stable. So basically just a reminder that he's still here. And we have our main event, Sting versus Kevin Nash. But unfortunately it is ruined by Kurt Hennig, who has a chair. He drops both men with a chair. The match is thrown out, and Sting and Nash are beaten down by Chono and Hennig again. Don't mind what this says here. this is after the match. They beat down Sting and Nash, and they throw up that too sweet. And that ends the show. So let's get to finishing that. Let's advance towards our Thunder. Towards Thunder. So that's Thursday. So we'll advance to Thursday and keep checking our mail. Yeah, we had a feud planned for Brian Knobs, but I decided not to do that. Overused Nash and Hennig and Sting. That's fine. Okay, was that better than before though? I feel like our rating got better, right? Monday Nitro. Yeah, we're getting a little bit better. A little bit. I need to not use Nash and Sting and Hennig as much as I did, I think. Okay, it's the day of Thunder, so that'll be the end of this episode. A lot of progress happened. A new team formed in Malenko and Angle. A new mentor and protege relationship in Tajiri and Muta. The other way around. Muta is the mentor. Jericho versus Luger have started their best of 3 series. Kevin Nash has been attacked by apparently the new NWO. Dusty has yet to address what's gonna happen with these guys who are throwing up 2 sweets, and I don't know how he's gonna react to that, having just banned the NWO. They're back already. Scott Hall's still MIA, so that's the thing. Steiner's distracted with Guerrero, has forgotten entirely that Mysterio is looming around with a title opportunity. And yeah, and apparently Flair has decided to make Malenko and Angle a team. Apparently he's the mastermind behind that, so that's interesting. So let me know what you guys think of how these storylines are progressing, how you guys think they'll develop, how you'd like to see them develop. In the meantime, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. Leave your suggestions in the comments. I always like seeing people's ideas, their thought process, and try to adapt as much as I can into this. Before I go, let me just do one very quick thing. TJ. Okay, so TJ Wilson isn't even here, so I can't even. Yep, can't even. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in whatever I upload next.